Thank you for your time, gentlemen. My name is Bhupender Virk, as had already been introduced. So I will go quickly over the Wyson Alliance. So why another alliance? There have been several alliances already existing, and every time a new technology comes, you need a new alliance. Is that really required? So in principle, it depends. What we looked is what was missing from the existing organizations and alliances. In US, after debating and going over several options, like right now India is evaluating, there was a standard passed and the NIST got really involved, and at that time in IEEE, for the narrowband 915 radios, a universal global standard was proposed. And this was based upon with the participation from all the major utility companies, which was good thing. So after getting the inputs from them, there is a proposal for authorization and of request to start a group. And we got the feedbacks from the utility companies and then mandated why an ISM 900 narrowband is required. And various field studies were done, and in the IEEE, the 802.15.4G group was established, which was chaired by Phil Beecher. So the Wyson Alliance is an alliance, international alliance, I will go into the details, which is primarily based upon the IEEE fundamentals. However, as you can see written into the main objectives, make an acceptable requirement specification based on 15.4, but it does not stops there. It also says standards are as defined by respective regional bodies. We know a universal medicine is not applicable to the smart grid solution. For cold, you need cold medicine. For cancer, you need a cancer medicine. You cannot have a universal appeal of saying that this is smart grid, use it. So we listen to the requirements and then incorporate, and then we go after the details of how we can make multi-vendor products interoperable. So that is the charter. So we create, basically we define the multi-vendor interoperability issues. We take the cost considerations. For example, IEEE 15.4G, people talk about it. Is it good? Yes, it is a standard, that's fine. In 15.4G, there is a requirement of saying 2047 byte packet size. Do we need that packet size? It's a mandatory thing. But in principle, to get the data acknowledgement back, you need 2 kilobyte of RAM just to send, 2 to reserve, and 2 to confirm. So 6 kilobyte of RAM, and RAM is expensive. Now you are ending up with a $1 radio and $10 microcontroller. So we have to really look into those details, and those are the details we consider and approach them. And then we work with the customers or the vendors and the whole ecosystem to define those things. So we create the marketing research about the possibilities, how much market can be, at what cost level, what kind of latency, etc. Then we create the market awareness plans, and then we contribute to other standardization and certification bodies. What is invented, let's use it. So Wyson does not mandate that this is the only way. We work and we use the industry approach and other history and examples. So after the 15.4G was established, then we sat down together. And actually the Wyson Alliance process started about three and a half years ago. So as you can see, we have a promoter companies from the ecosystem. Analog Devices brings the RF value. The radio company you need, without that you do not have anything to start with. Then we have Renesas, which is the world's #1 in microcontrollers. So they become the promoters. Then Fuji Electric has already deployed 65 million meters. Murata, they are the world's leading module manufacturers. They know how to make the cost optimized modules. So those kind of inputs. Then Omron, it is the wireless connectivity is not going to stop only at the meter level. In future, the same technology inside the house, when the temperature varies, etc., will autonomously control your air conditioning, etc. on the preset. If you say, this is my cost factor, so these all things will happen in our lifetime, and technology is ready. Then Osaki is also from the meters, and then Silver Springs. Springs has already deployed 16 million smart AMI meters based upon the wireless. So they also bring us the value add of, because most of these studies have taken more than 2 years of field trials before being deployed. They are the world's leader, or at least into the USA, they are the #1 in AMI and smart meter installations. They have served the whole California, Florida, and also 70% plus share in Australia. So once you have these, then we have to really control and assimilate the data, then process the data. For that, recently, we brought in Cisco as a promoter member to guide us how the internet of these things should work. So you can see in the ecological system, these all parties do bring hundreds and thousands years of manpower experience into the alliance. So that is how we are defining and moving forward. So once we have any bit and piece missing, we do not invent it. We go and find the partner to guide us through. So these are the promoter members which have made the board of the alliance. Beside that, we have participant members, and we have like from China, Huawei, and other companies. So we have like about 30 companies that participant members as of today, and pretty soon we are going to announce about within this year we will definitely have more than 400. We already have agreements in place with the other alliances, where other alliances need the interoperability to be resolved, so they are bringing the whole alliances as a partner to Weizen Alliance. We have, this is a very simple, straightforward, horizontal line of reporting. So the board of promoters or the board of directors tells us what to do, where to go. For example, last year I met with Reggie. So Mr. Reggie guided us that there is something happening in India. Why don't we should start the dialogue and look and explore the ideas? And that's why I'm here today. So we proposed to the board, and board is very positive about working with global organizations. We have incorporated Weizen Alliance in USA. We started in Japan. We have the liaison offices in Singapore, and hopefully by next couple of weeks we will have liaison office in India also. So we have, in principle, we have only 3 organizations: marketing working group, then there is test and certification working group, and then there is technical steering committee. But after getting the market inputs, what kind of meter, what kind of range, what kind of cost perspectives, etc., we compile this information and we create a market requirement document which goes to the technical certification working group. They work it defining as technical requirements, what will be required to bring it into a product, and then the technical steering committee reviews and works with the TSC group, which goes to the board for approval. Then we publish the specification and we move forward with the product. So it's a very simple process. The key thing is all major Japanese companies as well as the US IEEE contributors are the key members of the board. So it brings that we are focused onto the exploiting the standards-based technologies. Here, again, I have spoken the word 15.4G or IEEE several times, but not to confuse. As you can see, we have flexibility into the PHY and MEC layers. So we are saying primarily Weizen develops specification of physical layer PHY and media access control layers, authentication, certification, etc. But we are not restricted on 15.4G base only. For the spectrum is always expensive or not available. We are looking to work with the ISGF, and we hope that Indian government will be kind enough to give us a little bit more bandwidth beyond the 2 megahertz. That is my personal and humble request to make the things, and we will justify the cause of why it is required, why we need more, and why the things have worked in other countries and why they have not worked in other countries. Same problems have happened in Europe, where they had 868, but you cannot have, with only limited channels, any telecommunication network. So just to summarize, purpose of Alliance: promote adoption of open industry standards as defined by the international standards organizations, and such as India Smart Grid Forum. And we bring about the existence of all the broad range of interoperable products. Because some of the people and the organizations, such as a washing machine manufacturer, a refrigerator manufacturer, most of these organizations even cannot spell RF because they never had the need. And now the world has changed. In 21st century, we are looking into the communication of each and every device, into the Internet of Things. So for that, we need not to educate them, but we can bring a value proposition where seamless integration becomes possible without any substantial economic damage of integrating the communication technology into those devices. And then we create these documents and do the certification and promote the product. So the establishment of compliance and interoperability certification programs. As of today, we just recently did a press release. TÜV is a German organization, Germany company. They have been chosen as one of the, not only, but one of the certification body for Wyson Alliance. Why I'm stressing on to one of the is because we do not want to provide a monopoly in the market. We want to consider, and physically if they have the capabilities, they are global. But I do not want an Indian company to send his products to be certified in Hong Kong. So those kind of things we are considering. And collaboration. To utilize what already exists and is approved into the industry, Wyson performs the 5 MEC test criteria, etc., but we work with other alliances. As I was mentioning, Econet, they have specifications about the home energy management systems, and that is what we have partnered with them. Then JUTA is for the gas and water metering, IEEE, SGIP, and ISGF. So this is what we are doing. Thank you for your time. I'll be more than happy to be available for any questions. Thanks.